Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k16 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. We are 2 weeks away from the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and we are here with this week's main event and SmackDown. As we get ready to gear up for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, we already have a few matches announced. We're looking to get a couple more locked in stone here tonight. So let's go ahead and see what we have in store for you guys on main event. So Mark Henry and Kane, the Hall of Destruction in action, coming up against Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. As well as that, we have our next matchup, which is going to be Bad News Barrett versus R-Truth. A good little contest between two men on Raw as we look to find out the next US champion contender. Alrighty, in our main event, it is going to be Emma versus Sasha Banks in the rematch from last week. If Sasha Banks wins, it's going to be a triple threat matchup at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view for the Divas Championship. More on that in a moment. Mark Henry and Kane pick up another victory over Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. And as we know, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro will face off against Batista and Chris Jericho in the #1 contendership spot. R-Truth picks up a win over Bad News Barrett as well. And we'll go ahead and check out our matchup. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, our former Divas champion Emma coming out here tonight in a rematch from last week where Emma managed to pick up the victory over Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks was good enough to pick a win up against Alicia Fox on the episode of Monday Night Raw. So now Sasha Banks has been granted a rematch here tonight. And if Sasha Banks can win, she will earn an opportunity at the Divas Championship at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view in a matchup against Emma and Naomi in a triple threat matchup. And we'll see how these two women fare here tonight in a rematch from last week. Emma using the ropes to win the matchup. I mean, Emma was pretty good. I didn't think she really needed to use the ropes, but she ended up cheating her way to victory. And many of the fans believe that Sasha Banks deserves a rematch. So here comes Sasha Banks now. The newest diva on our roster. Both SmackDown GM Edge and Raw GM The Rock have huge hopes for her and have been wanting to give her a big opportunity to let her shine here in the WWE, and tonight she gets another opportunity to do so. Pretty impressive victory against Alicia Fox on Raw. Now tonight, Emma and Sasha Banks, the rematch. A big opportunity for Sasha Banks, and she could really win the Divas Championship only after a couple of weeks of being on the show, which would be huge. And that'd be a bit of an upset, that's for sure. Sasha Banks looks ready to go here tonight against Emma. So here is our two participants ready for action. And this one is about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. Sasha Banks versus Emma. The winner is going to have a huge momentum kick heading in towards the pay-per-view. If it's Sasha Banks who wins, she gets a title match. If Emma wins, she can keep her title match to a one-on-one, which is exactly what she wants. I mean, she's trying to get rid of Sasha Banks from the title picture because Sasha Banks immediately has already inserted herself at the top of the Divas division. And somebody like Emma can already feel threatened by that. I mean, Emma, you have to be kind of wondering, you know, if Sasha Banks does win, and she does win that Divas Championship, Emma's going to go straight down the pecking order. Sasha Banks could replace her. I guess with that being said, there has to be a bit of animosity between Sasha Banks and the rest of the Divas because you look at the likes of Paige, you look at Natalya, the Bellas, they've been leapfrogged straight away by Sasha Banks, who's only been here for 1 week. So Sasha Banks immediately taking the spots of many other Divas here on the roster. So I suppose, I guess, you know, a lot of the Divas might be out to try and take Sasha Banks out, and that's certainly a very interesting equation if that's the case, because if Sasha Banks does win that Divas Championship, I know every single Diva in that locker room is probably going to be gunning for her and trying to take that title away from her. Tonight, Emma looks to try and make sure that Sasha Banks does not get that opportunity and is not in that title matchup at Extreme Rules. Now, Emma has a hold of Sasha Banks, hits her with a powerbomb, a sit-down powerbomb. Perhaps a cover could be inbound as well to try and put Sasha Banks away. And no, she doesn't go for it. Instead, she gets caught there by Sasha, who takes down Emma. So for Emma, she's trying to win back that championship she lost at WrestleMania. Emma won the title at the Royal Rumble. She held it for a couple months until Naomi was really just on fire. She had a hell of a month, a hell of a couple months, I should say, in build-up towards WrestleMania. Naomi looked very, very good. And we kind of got the feeling that Naomi was just on the verge of breaking through and becoming our next Divas champion. And unfortunately, Emma, she just met the wrong opponent at the wrong time, and Emma, there's not much she could really do about Naomi. She was just on fire. So Naomi picking up the victory at WrestleMania, and Emma unfortunately losing her championship. So an opportunity though for Emma now. I mean, she has a chance to get back that title at Extreme Rules. She just has to be good enough to beat Sasha Banks tonight to make her chances even better. She takes down Sasha Banks again. Now, has that knee into the back of Sasha Banks. So a one-on-one matchup obviously increases her chances of victory, but it's also on her. It's not about, well, if Sasha Banks gets pinned, I don't win. If Naomi gets pinned, I don't win. You know, Emma has to lose the match herself, and if she does not win that championship back, it's because of Emma, not because of Sasha or Naomi. So I think Emma will certainly be leaning towards trying to make sure that happens. And last week she tried to make sure that Sasha Banks got out of the title picture entirely, you know, making sure that her spot was safe. But unfortunately, using the ropes, our Raw and Smackdown GM Edge were not happy about that, and they really wanted to give her a rematch. And I'm talking about Sasha Banks, of course. And they said that if she beat Alicia Fox on Raw, that she would get that rematch, and of course she did. So here's a cover by Sasha Banks. Kick out of 2. Emma just barely getting those shoulders up and staying in it. Sasha Banks waiting for her opponent to turn back around. Has a hold of Emma now and gonna go for a suplex. Looking very, very good though. Sasha Banks in control of this matchup right now. So Naomi, our Divas champion, is waiting on. I mean, supposedly, if this is a one-on-one instance, let's just throw the triple threat out of the book. Who would you like to face, Sasha Banks or Emma? Oh, wait a minute. Hold that thought. Emma's on the outside. We saw this last week. Sasha Banks couldn't pull it up, and this week she does. Flying over the top rope. Last week, Emma managed to hit the counter. This week, Sasha Banks connects, and that could be the difference maker in this one. Sasha Banks looking very good as she takes down Emma once again. Alrighty, so Sasha Banks and Emma. A brutal encounter, and oh, jeez. Emma launching Sasha into those steel chairs. And you can see those chairs flying a moment ago, so they definitely connected there. So that's a tough move for Sasha Banks to encounter there. Oh, taken down again. So whilst Emma, she was on the brunt of that huge over-the-top move there by Sasha Banks, she's managed to hit back nicely and a counter fired by the referee. Emma's going to get herself back into it. And Sasha Banks will follow. So for Naomi, if this was a one-on-one encounter, pick your opponent. Who would you pick? You'd probably have to be going with Emma, because Emma, she knows that she can beat Emma. She's beaten her in the past, but Sasha Banks is the unknown right now. We've only seen her in a couple matches. We don't really know what to expect from her. As a attempted flying knee there, double flying knee, unfortunately didn't connect. So Sasha Banks, we don't really know all that much about her. We don't know what to expect from her. She's taken down by a neck breaker. So for Emma, beating Sasha Banks tonight would be huge, getting herself a one-on-one opportunity. But for Naomi, even in a triple threat matchup, oh, Emma's not too happy about that. She's got a hold of Sasha Banks, I think. No, not quite. Yeah, but yeah. So for Naomi though, Sasha Banks could really shock the world and win at Extreme Rules. You just don't know what to expect from Sasha Banks. We haven't really seen enough of her to really find out what she's quite capable of doing. So Naomi and Emma, they'll have to be very concerned about Sasha Banks, that is for sure. As now Sasha Banks coming after Emma, and she's going to take it down, shoulders down. Here we go, the cover. And can she get there? No, she can't. Emma still staying alive in this matchup. Very close fall there for Sasha Banks, almost putting Emma away and getting herself a title shot now. Uh-oh, wait a minute. We saw this one last week. But Emma, this time countering. And here we go. We're at the top rope and a flying drop kick. That might be enough to put Sasha away. That's a huge move by Emma. And now Sasha trying to get back to her feet. Emma with a kick to the midsection. And follows it up with a left hand. Now Emma, what's she thinking about doing here? She's going to launch Sasha back into that corner again. She might be looking for a suplex of her own. Emma's taking a quick breather though. And that might cost her an opportunity though. That could be a huge mistake there by Emma. And now Sasha Banks, has those arms crossed and hits the neck breaker. And that could be it. The cover now. Here we go. Sasha Banks to beat Emma. And she's done it. Sasha Banks tonight picks up the victory over Emma. And a huge victory for Sasha Banks here tonight. Well, there you go. She's qualified for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view triple threat matchup. It's on Sasha versus Naomi versus Emma. What a victory that is. And you can see, this was really the turning point for me when Sasha Banks flew over the top rope and connected. Last week she missed, and that really kind of halted her momentum. This week she did connect, although Emma was pretty good after that maneuver and countered, but she made a bit of a mistake trying to go off the top rope, I suppose, and Sasha Banks able to capitalize. You can see Here goes. She could have hit a maneuver there, but she made a mistake. She took a breather, and Sasha Banks caught her. Sasha Banks caught Emma out. I don't think she really expected this. You see, Sasha Banks just went bang, hit the neck breaker, and Emma just was not expecting that. And it just knocked Emma out of action for a few seconds there and got the victory. So now Sasha Banks picks up the win. Naomi, Emma, and Sasha Banks at Extreme Rules. It is official, ladies and gentlemen. Naomi must defend in a hell of a matchup. What a tough match that will be for Naomi, as Sasha Banks is on the rise. A huge win for her. And watch out, ladies and gentlemen. I think Sasha Banks is about ready to take over this Divas division here on Raw, SmackDown, and of course, main event. So now we'll move on to this. Well, here we go. We're going to kick off this week's SmackDown with our World Heavyweight Champion. His name is Kevin Owens, and he goes by the name of Fight Owens Fight, the fastest rising superstar in the history of the WWE. SmackDown's face of their brand. Kevin Owens, he is truly the #1 man right now, but he's coming out here tonight to address a few things. Many people believe that Kevin Owens, his grip on that title is slipping away. A couple of losses recently, people are starting to doubt Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens tonight will be coming out here to address the situation and make sure that, I guess he notifies the world that he's still that world champion and he's still the best here on SmackDown. Brock Lesnar awaits Kevin Owens in 2 weeks' time at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and perhaps the biggest match in quite some time here on SmackDown. Owens versus Lesnar. So let's go see what Kevin Owens has to say. The big talk of the town. Everybody's talking about how I've lost 2 matches in a row. Everybody thinks that the bubble has burst. Kevin Owens is no longer the top guy. Kevin Owens is going to lose his title at Extreme Rules. Kevin Owens is just not good enough anymore. Well, it's time that you people got your facts straight. It's time that you people woke up to yourself. It's time that you people realize who exactly I am. You see, my name is Kevin Owens. I fight for a living and I kick ass for a living. I don't care if you people think I can't beat Brock Lesnar, because the fact is I've already beaten Brock Lesnar. I've beaten The Undertaker. I've beaten Sting. I have beaten CM Punk. I've beaten Batista, Chris Jericho, John Cena. You name them, I've beaten them. I've beaten every top guy here on this show. And yeah, Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan are here, but who cares? I could beat them if I wanted to. And yeah, Daniel Bryan got the better of me last week. So what? I don't really care. It's not a big match. I phoned it in. I don't really need to perform at my heights. And hell, Daniel Bryan, he can't beat anybody for anything. So what does it matter if I lose to Daniel Bryan? It's not like Daniel Bryan, when push comes to shove, it's not like Daniel Bryan can win that big matchup. We've seen that many times. So me losing to Bryan is insignificant. Tonight, Brock Lesnar and I, we have to team up in this little stupid thing that Edge has thrown together in a rivals team-up matchup between Brock Lesnar and I versus Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. Sure, that's cute, but tonight, Brock Lesnar, I'm not going to be there to help you. I'm not going to be there in your corner to hold your hand, because I am going to let you do all the work and I'm just going to sit back and observe. Because Brock Lesnar, you go on about how great you are. Well, tonight, why don't you prove that? Because it may as well be a handicap match, because I'm not going to help you out, because you need to be prepared for what is going to happen to you at Extreme Rules, because tonight you're going to get your ass kicked. And at Extreme Rules, I'm going to kick your ass, because at Extreme Rules, you're going to be in the fight of your life. It is going to be an Extreme Rules match, and I love Extreme Rules matches. So tonight, Brock, I'll see you out there. Go break a leg, Brock. If not, at Extreme Rules, I'll do it for you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Brock Lesnar and Kevin Owens teaming up tonight. Kevin Owens having some stern words for Brock Lesnar just 2 weeks out from their Extreme Rules matchup. And I think Kevin Owens, he's pretty confident. I mean, Kevin Owens, he's had a couple of setbacks, but I think Kevin Owens is pretty confident he's going to get the job done at Extreme Rules against Brock Lesnar one-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship. So our first matchup is going to be a #1 contenders matchup for the Intercontinental Championship. Christian versus Neville. Naomi and Tamina Snuka teaming up to take on Sasha Banks and Natalya. Sasha Banks just qualifying for that matchup, of course. Big Show goes one-on-one with Stardust. Goldust will be accompanying Stardust as well. And Stardust looking to try and make a name for himself as a singles. Miz and Mizdow team up to take on the Usos as well. So we'll see how the Usos fare. A couple of weeks away from their tag team title matchup, tag team tables matchup, the Dudley Boys versus the Usos. That will happen at Extreme Rules. Our IC champion Bray Wyatt, he's in action, coming up against Randy Orton one-on-one, as Randy Orton looks to kind of be on a bit of a redemption after his poor run of form recently. And our main event, of course, Sheamus and Daniel Bryan teaming up to take on Lesnar and Owens. Two rivals. Sheamus and Daniel Bryan absolutely hate each other. Owens and Lesnar absolutely hate each other. And now they have to team up here tonight to take on their opponents. Sasha Banks and Natalya pick up a victory. So a huge win for Sasha Banks over Naomi there. Stardust gets a win over Big Show. That's a bit of an upset. So Stardust gaining a bit of a notoriety as a single star. A couple of big victories recently. The Miz and Mizdow, they halt the momentum of the Usos just before their tag title matchup. And Bray Wyatt versus Orton. Randy Orton picks up a huge win again. And our main event, it is going to be the team of Lesnar and Owens. So it looks like Lesnar, he got the job done. It may have been all by himself, but he got it done in the end. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. #1 contendership matchup for the Intercontinental Championship. Christian, who's had a couple of good victories in the last couple of weeks, he's in action tonight, and he's going to be coming up against none other than the man that gravity forgot, Neville. So Christian, obviously on the rebound after a tough loss at WrestleMania against Chris Jericho, but Christian has not given up just quite yet. He's still working hard, still trying to work towards singles gold and singles success here on SmackDown. Of course, Jericho got drafted over to Raw. Christian staying here, so now I think Christian really has a good chance of really creating something good for himself here, and I hope he can achieve that, because Christian's had a tough number of months here on SmackDown, so it'd be nice to see him turn it all around. But he has to beat Neville here tonight, who himself has been quite impressive as well ever since coming over from Raw in the draft. So here comes Neville, the man that gravity forgot. He looks ready to go tonight. Neville, he's going to be one tough customer to beat, that is for sure. The speed and the quickness and agility of Neville is so difficult to match. And perhaps Christian may not be able to go toe-to-toe with him, but the experience of Christian, he knows how to get himself out of tough position and go on to win big matches. So tonight is a big opportunity for Christian. In fact, Christian hasn't had a singles matchup for a title for a long, long time. I mean, it must be nearly 2 years at this point since Christian has had a matchup for the Intercontinental Championship or some championship of some sorts. It's been a long, long time, maybe a year and a half probably is a more accurate description, but it's been a long time for Christian in between drinks, that's for sure. So he's back at it tonight, trying to become a singles champion once again. The winner of this matchup will face Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules. Christian has Neville in the corner. No, big right hand into Christian. So both men quite the favourites among the fans, that's for sure. Both well-respected competitors, and they do respect one another here tonight, but it's about becoming the #1 contender, so perhaps the rule book, the respect book is thrown out the window. It's all about becoming the next superstar to face Bray Wyatt, our Intercontinental Champion, who won that championship at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, rather. As now Christian against the ropes. Here comes Neville. Oh, big kick there right to the chin. And a super kick to start from Neville. That's not a bad way to start, but Christian, once again, we spoke about it a moment ago, the experience of Christian, able to get himself out of a tough predicament. The super kick early on, Christian evades, hits the neck breaker, and now Christian back in control. So obviously Christian came so close to beating Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. It was the help of Batista, Chris Jericho's new tag team partner, that really screwed Christian over. And I suppose Christian will never get really a chance for vengeance, but Christian instead, a good way of getting a bit of revenge is going on to win a championship and having the last laugh, really. So an opportunity for him here to do that against Neville, and then if he can beat Neville, Bray Wyatt awaits as well. The winner of this one faces Bray Wyatt just in a one-on-one matchup at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Some tough competition here on SmackDown, of course. You know, Neville, Big Show, Stardust on the rise as well, Christian, of course. So some good names here on SmackDown fighting for that championship. Jack Swagger as well has been in amongst it. And Neville getting a count-out victory over Jack Swagger a few weeks ago, which has really kind of inserted himself into this opportunity here tonight. Uh-oh, those legs wrapped around Christian, and Neville continuing the assault. So Neville, I think, he didn't have much success on Raw as a tag team guy or as a singles. So coming over here to SmackDown, I think is the best thing for him. It's probably a blessing in disguise that he got drafted And now he can focus on his own career and really show us what he's capable of doing here as a kick out. Neville and Christian here tonight. Christian, an opportunity for him to really show us what he can do here on SmackDown as a singles. We haven't really seen the best of Christian yet, in my opinion. You know, him as a tag team's been successful, 2-time tag team champion, but really as a single superstar, kick out of 2 there. Christian is yet to really prosper. And obviously Christian involved in the World Heavyweight Championship main event of the Royal Rumble. An opportunity to win the title there. Didn't quite get it done on that occasion. I don't think he was really focused on winning the title. I think he was more focused on getting his hands on Jericho, but certainly a good opportunity on that occasion. Now Christian has a good opportunity here again as Neville comes to the outside. Turns his attention to that announce table. We might be seeing somebody go through that table. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Neville, what's he thinking about doing? Some bad intentions. Oh! Christian launched into the barricade to the outside. A counter 2 by the referee now. These 2 men have to be careful of a counter. Neville, of course, knows all too much about that one, of course, against Jack Swagger, as we mentioned a moment ago. Christian now down. Neville going to get Christian back to his feet, though. And Christian bouncing off the table. And hold on a second. Hold on! Neville, what's he thinking about doing now? And Neville's got him up and takes him down through the table! Neville through the table! Christian might be getting counted out here, but Neville, going back to the outside, does not want to get another count-out victory. He wants to win by pinfall or submission. I guess that's the type of guy Neville is, but you might consider that to be a mistake as Christian, hits a snap suplex, countering Neville's attempt. And now Christian in control, so Neville perhaps making a huge mistake there. And but there's a nice counter as Christian face first landing on the remains of that table, so that's going to do some damage. A count of 5 now. Referee at count of 6. Neville going to get back into the ring. You expect Christian to probably follow. Here he comes. So count of 7 has been broken up now. So Neville, I think, could have perhaps had Christian counted out there, but instead he wanted to win in the right manner. But I think you got to win in any way possible to try and get yourself that Intercontinental Championship opportunity. But now Christian sends down Neville. And this is generally the beginning of the end for Christian and his opponents. Generally the kill switch to follow. But he took a little bit of time there. He's going to go for the cover still. Wasted some time, but Neville, he's been able to kick out. I think Christian just wasted some valuable seconds there. Christian could have perhaps put Neville away, but instead he wasted just enough time for Neville to kind of regroup and regather himself and kick out. So now Christian waiting for Neville to get back to his feet, and hold on a second. Wait a minute. Here we go. Christian turns him around, and we know what happens next. The kill switch. And that might be the end of Neville's Intercontinental Championship dream for the time being. And a count of 3, Christian picks up the win. Christian gets himself an opportunity at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view one-on-one against Bray Wyatt. An opportunity now for Christian to kind of rebound after a tough month or 2 against Chris Jericho. And obviously at WrestleMania was an absolute disaster, but now Christian has a chance to get himself singles gold. And that will be the perfect ending to a number of bad months for Christian. He can put that all behind him and start to focus on regaining his status as one of the top stars here on SmackDown. Here it was, the beginning of the end. Neville sent down there by Christian, followed up by the kill switch. I just thought that when Christian went through that table, Neville could have picked up the win now. A count of 6. If Neville gets back in the ring, I think 4 more seconds. Probably very likely that Christian could have been counted out there, and it could have been a different story for Neville. But instead, he played it by the right way. He tried to be a good guy about it, tried to win in the right manner. And instead, he finds himself looking up at the lights. And Christian has earned himself an Extreme Rules matchup against Bray Wyatt. The title will be on the line. Christian, a huge opportunity to turn his recent woes around and become a champion. A singles champion for the first time here in Universe Mode. And hold on! Wait a second! Bray Wyatt! The lights go out. Bray Wyatt is here. The lights are back on now. But Christian meets his opponent. And, no, Bray Wyatt back in the ring, and Bray Wyatt taking down Christian. Well, Bray Wyatt ambushing Christian, using the lights to go on and off to blindside him, and now Bray Wyatt with the Sister Abigail. The Intercontinental Champion sending a message tonight that he is ready for Extreme Rules. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for joining us from that episode of Universe Mode. If we could hit 10 likes, it's a huge goal, I know. 10 likes, if we can hit that, I will upload the next episode of Universe Mode for you guys tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to see more Universe Mode episodes coming up soon from me. And of course, guys, have a great day. See you next video.